Ciao, thriving yoga teachers. Today we are embarking on a transformative journey through the realms of public speaking and, of course, yoga teaching. From conquering the fear of public speaking to embracing it as a vital skill, understanding the power of continuous learning and witnessing the evolution of speaking skills and unlocking the transformative potential of investing in public speaking. Discovering how those elements intertwine to shape a confident and competent yoga teacher. Let's start with point number 1. From fear of public speaking to confidence. That's everyone's aim. Until 3 years ago, I was terrified of public speaking. Every time I had to speak in public, I broke into cold sweat. Every time I faced an audience, I felt a surge of anxiety, wondering if I could ever overcome my fear. I lacked awareness, knowledge, and the desire to understand why there was so much discomfort, and so it was easy to blame it on my insecurity. I'm sure you can relate to that. I can say with certainty, for years I didn't truly understand what it was. One of the biggest misconceptions was this: to be a great speaker, you have to be extremely confident, free from shyness or anxiety. Do you know what this statement suggests? This statement wrongly suggests that only people who are extremely confident, extremely charismatic in themselves can excel in public speaking and can become yoga teacher or public speaker. In reality, the skill of public speaking can be developed regardless of a person's introverted or extroverted personality. In fact, many successful public speakers have learned to manage their anxiety and shyness through practice, training, and specific technique. We're going to view some of them today. Public speaking is not just a journey of personal confidence, but also mastering communication techniques, speech structure, audience engagement, and adaptability to different situations. So, the belief that only extremely confident people can succeed in public speaking is a common misconception that could discourage many from trying to develop this valuable skill. But little did I know, the journey from fear to confidence was about to begin. What I can tell you with certainty is that I regret not investing in public speaking, relying only on my yoga teacher training courses. If only I had invested in a public speaking course when I started teaching yoga, I would have boosted my self-confidence. I would have improved memory and cognitive skills, and I would have acquired persuasive communication skills. But hey, I don't feel like blaming my younger self, this enthusiastic yoga teacher who just completed her first yoga teacher training thinking it was just enough to become a yoga teacher. In my common misconception, I thought attending just one yoga teacher training would be enough to ensure my success as a yoga teacher. And this statement leads us to the next point of today's video. Point number 2. The power of continuous learning in yoga teaching. Essential. At the beginning of my teaching career, I thought completing one yoga teacher training was enough to set me on the path to success as a yoga teacher. This misconception was fueled by the desire to save money and time, imagining that a single investment in training would cover my success as a yoga teacher, ignoring the fact that the reality of a teaching career requires a broader vision and deeper financial consideration. Initially, one yoga teacher training seems like the right step, a sort of starting point that would unlock all doors to success. I soon realized that success in yoga teaching requires continuous learning and growth, continuous investment. One training alone couldn't cover all the crucial aspects of becoming a successful yoga teacher. So I embraced the idea of continuous education, understanding that each investment in my skill was a step towards success. I began to view my yoga teaching career as a continuous investment. I expanded my education and invested in other precious assets when it comes to teaching yoga. For example, public speaking, marketing, business. I carefully planned for future expenses and understood that success required time, money, and commitment, and yes, educational resources beyond my teacher training. Just as daily training brings cumulative benefit to the body and the mind, I learned that every well-planned investment in my yoga teaching career contributed to my long-term vision and success. We're going to the point number 3, the evolution of speaking skills. Over the years, as I challenged myself to speak in front of an audience, something remarkable began to happen. My speeches became more articulated and structured. Not only did my speeches benefit from this, but the more I wrote, the better I could express myself in front of an audience, and the more structured my scripts became. It was like a vicious cycle. One element is so dependent on the other. Expression on public speaking is so dependent on my writing. How do writing and speaking skill positively influence each other? Let's have a look. Imagine public speaking as a virtuous cycle where mental and physical well-being positive feeds each other. If you adopt an active and balanced lifestyle by engaging in regular exercises and practicing mindfulness, physical activity releases endorphins, also known as happiness hormones, improving moods and reducing mental stress. You can also notice that the mind benefits from increased clarity and concentration due to the release of positive neurotransmitter during exercise. This state of mental well-being, in turn, positively impacts the body. A relaxed and focused brain can contribute to better posture, deeper breathing, and increased awareness of the body during exercise. The body responds positively to this balanced approach, producing hormones like serotonin that positively influence mood and promotes restful sleep. Quality rest in turn facilitates muscle recovery and further promotes motivation to maintain a healthy lifestyle. It's all a circle. It's all interconnected. It's all like a virtuous circle. The balance between mind, body, and hormones collaborates in harmony, creating a positive loop that contributes to overall well-being. This virtuous circle regularly manifested itself every time I pushed beyond my limits in my speeches. With each speech, I felt myself growing more confident. The more I practice, the better I become. As I delve into writing and preparation, I noticed a significant improvement in the structure and how I presented. And as my speaking skill evolved, so did my ability to connect with my audience and deliver impactful messages. My style as a young speaker improved parallel to the evolution of my writing and ability of how I deliver my speech. Every step forward I took in refining my communication approach reflected on a positive impact on the overall effectiveness of my public speaking performance. What changed the game for me was investing in my first public speaking course. I can tell you that compared to 3 years ago, I have grasped concept and completely changed my approach to writing, preparing, scripting, and delivering, filming, anything. My suggestion to you today is to put yourself in a situation that requires public speaking. Point number 4, the transformative power of investing in public speaking. It might sound cliche, but it's incredibly meaningful. When you spend on advanced training courses, you're not spending, you are investing. The metaphorical concept of investing in a course like public speaking for yoga teacher can be explored through the lens of marketing notion called return on investment, ROI. Do you know what return on investment means? It's a common expression used by most internet marketers worldwide that means achieving a financial outcome in sales that exceeds the cost of the investment itself. In the realm of personal and professional development, a yoga teacher's decision to invest time, effort, and resources into honing their public speaking skill is akin to making a strategic investment in oneself. Public speaking serves as a powerful tool to amplify the impact of a yoga teacher's brand message and brand persona and foster deeper connection with the audience. Why do I strongly believe in that? Let's break it down. Investment in communication and skill equal yield of confidence and presence. Just as financial investment aim to generate returns, investing in public speaking cultivates a return in form of enhanced confidence and a commanding presence. Effective communication is a valuable asset that transcends the boundaries of the yoga studio, influencing how the teacher is perceived and received by the student. Return on investment in personal branding equal crafting a distinct identity. A yoga teacher who invests in refining their public speaking abilities can strategically build a personal brand. This brand becomes an intangible asset that sets them apart in a competitive landscape, attracting students and opportunities. The return on investment here is reflected in recognition and credibility gain, leading to increased demand for your teaching. Connection and community engagement equals social capital as return. Public speaking enables a yoga teacher to connect with their audience on a more profound level. The ability to articulate ideas and share insights in a compelling manner fosters a sense of community and trust. This sense of connection becomes a valuable return, contributing to a supportive network of students and fellow practitioners. Diversifying skill set for long-term growth, equally expanding opportunities. Like a diversified investment portfolio, acquiring public speaking skills diversify a yoga teacher skill set. This versatility opens door to various opportunities such as leading workshops, collaborating with other wellness professionals, or even participating in speaking engagements beyond the yoga community. Investing in oneself is not only costly, it is profitable. It's exactly the opposite. So the fact is this, investing in oneself is costly only until you learn how to turn those skills into something profitable. It might sound straightforward, but it's fascinating to see how thousands of people shy away from uncommon learning curves that unfortunately they don't serve us fully. So we must embrace success as yoga teacher and learn skills that are out of our comfort zone. What does history tell us? Why often the most challenging things to learn and apply are the ones that will eventually yield the greatest result? We have explored a key concept here. Transitioning from an expense mindset to the investment mindset is a big thing already. When you invest in yourself and have the courage and strength to tackle extraordinary subject, you gain the ability to differentiate yourself from the rest of the crowd. Because as you know, education is constant nourishment. And if you want to stand out in a crowded market, you have to be willing to pay the price for it. Education is not something you buy once and you set. It is expensive, although fulfilling. So if you are a yoga teacher looking to enhance your teaching skills and connect more deeply with your students, consider investing in public speaking training. It's not just an expense, it is an investment in your future success. Because when you invest in yourself, the possibilities are endless. Take the first step toward investing in yourself with the 21-day public speaking challenge for yoga teacher, completely free on my website or link in bio. If you are a yoga teacher looking to learn, grow and thrive in the world of yoga teacherpreneurship, consider liking, sharing and subscribing.